Hey there, so I'm going to work on number 3 and 6.8. So this is your homework. Problem number 3, it says S equals 1/2, oops, 1/2 V1t plus 1/2 V2t. Notice I put a little tail on my t's so they don't get confused with my plus signs. And I am going to solve for t. Solve for t. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to get rid of these 1/2. So I'm going to multiply, let me get a different color. Multiply both sides of the equation by 2. So I'm going to multiply this side of the equation by 2 and multiply this side of the equation by 2. And when I do that, I get 2s on the left. And then I have to distribute this 2 to both terms there and there. So I get 2 times 1/2 V1t plus 2 times 1/2 V2t. When I multiply 2 times 1/2, that's just 1. They cross simplify and they just turn into 1. So this simplifies to 2s equals V1t plus V2t. If I notice carefully, I see that I have a t in both terms over here on the right side. So what I'm going to do is factor out the t, and what I'm left with is V1 plus V2. Okay, and that equals 2s. So if I look on the right side, I see that there's 2 factors. I've got a t, a blue t over there. This is one factor, and this is my second factor, V1 plus V2. When I divide both sides by V1 plus V2, then this crosses out on the right side. So divide both sides by V1, V2. This V1 plus V2 over V1 plus V2, they cross out. That just turns into 1, right? They simplify to 1. So my answer is t equals 2s over V1 plus V2. If you don't know that you have to divide both sides by V1 plus V2, think about it this way. Let's call it A. Let A equal V1 plus V2. V1 plus V2. Sorry, my pen is acting weird when I do these recordings. Okay, so if I let A equal V1 plus V2, then this line over here turns into 2s equals TA, right? Because I let A equal that. Well, this looks a little bit more similar to what we do when we divide to solve for t. So I can divide this by A, both sides by A, right? And then these A's cross out and I'm left with just t. So that might be easier to see. But of course, we're not using A, we're using V1 and V2. So I can divide both sides by V1, V2, and I get my t. All right.